Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this Planning Committee on Thursday, the 8th of January. We'll start with item 1, apologies for absence and notification of substitute members.
Thank you, Chair. I've received apologies from Councillor Cartwright, Councillor Humphreys, Councillor McMurtry and Councillor Rainbird, and we have Councillor Furman present as a substitute for Councillor Cartwright.
Thank you. Item 2, declarations of interest. Do any members of the committee have any declarations of interest in any of the items under consideration at this meeting? No. Okay. Item 3, minutes. Do we confirm the minutes of the meeting of the committee held on the 4th of December 2025 as a correct record? Yep. Okay. Item 4, Chair's announcements. Members of the public are permitted to film, broadcast and report on the meeting, subject to the efficient running of the meeting not being affected. Only those who have registered in line with the committee's speaking procedure may address the committee. Members of the public are requested not to call out during the committee's discussions on any item. Anybody who repeatedly disrupts the meeting may be asked to leave. All speakers will have 5 minutes. 5 minutes in which to make their statements, except where the chair's discretion has been applied, and are asked to remain seated after they have addressed the committee to answer any questions the committee may have. The meeting is being webcast on the council's corporate YouTube channel. Therefore, when speaking, please speak clearly and concisely into your microphone at all times. There are no planned fire drills, so if the alarm does sound, evacuation instructions will be given by the Democratic Services. Please ensure that any devices are switched off or on silent mode. For the benefit of the public watching remotely, I will now introduce the top table, starting at my furthest right.
Good afternoon, Chair. My name's Sian Webb, the Principal Lawyer of Planning and Highways.
Thank you, Chair. Richard Woods, Democratic Services Officer for the Council.
Councillor John East, Chair of Planning Committee.
And last but not least, Damon McDowell, Development Management Team Leader, North Area.
Thank you. Item 5, proposed pre-committee site visits. There are no proposed pre-committee site visits ahead of the next meeting on the 5th of February 2026. Item 6, Cummings Engine Company, Royal Oak Way, Daventry. I will now hand over to the case officer, Bob Ham, or in this case, Eamon McDowell, to begin the presentation.
Yeah, unfortunately, Bob would like to be here tonight, but due to illness, has delegated it to me, so here I am. Application before members relates to an existing long-established industrial manufacturing facility, pretty much in the heart of Daventry, inside a long-established industrial estate. The application proposes, well, as you see, to the northeast is residential and the southeast is residential. The remaining surrounding area is largely characterised by existing long-established industrial units. Proposal is to construct an extension to the rear of the premises and associated reconfiguration of an internal estate road and parking within the site, basically to provide reconfiguration of the unit itself, the manufacturing unit, to increase its efficiency and productivity. In terms of aerial views, the site, this gives a sort of an indication of the site viewed from within Royal Oak, and that's the siting of the proposed extension. And I get another sort of graphic image of it. It's a fairly modest extension. It'll be projecting roughly 30 odd meters from the rear of the premises by 67 meters and be approximately 10 meters in height. It'll be clad in similar materials to the existing building. It will have rooftop photovoltaics, and natural light will be provided by a continuous strip that runs around the site. So that's the existing rear elevation. and that's the proposed elevation from the rear. Basically, this is the that's sort of the glazing panels that run along the back of the site and around the side elevations. In terms of the report, it sets out the main issues, and the two issues that are really that have caused a particular need for resolution is flood risk and traffic management. You'll see that the Highway Authority have indicated that there are no particular issues with respect to parking provision on site, and subject to the securing a travel plan and travel monitoring of that travel plan, are not proposing any objections to the application. In respect to flood risk, you'll see the Local Lead Flood Authority have raised concerns, technical issues. Those have been addressed by the applicants, and as recently as yesterday, we had a meeting with both the Local Lead Flood Authority and ourselves, and every indication is that those technical issues can be addressed. Subject to those matters being resolved and securing the legal agreement in respect of the application, officers are recommending the application be approved as set out in the report, Chairman.
Thank you. I now invite the committee to ask any questions of the officer. Councillor Ware.
Eamon, when do you think we will have more information about the flood issues?
We had it yesterday, and it's being sent to the Local Lead Flood Authority. As I say, it's primarily technical matters in terms of surface water sort of levels or rates. Basically, the information that's been provided indicated actually going to be a reduction in surface water runoff, but that's going to be contained within the site and managed. So in terms of the public realm, there's no increased additional risk of flood risk beyond the application site. So it's being managed and contained within the site. For those of you who know, the coming site is pretty much sits in a bowl. It's surrounded by sort of quite high level earth bunding. So it's a very well contained site. So in that respect, officers are confident that the Local Lead Flood Authority will be satisfied with that latest information.
Any further questions? No, okay. So following that, we now move to public speaking in the following order. We have written statements from Councillor Alex McMurtry, who's the local ward member.
Thank you, Chair. I shall now read the statement on behalf of Councillor Alex McMurtry, which begins as follows. Although myself, Councillor Anthony Locke and Councillor Kamala Glieva are unable to attend today, we would like to make some comments on behalf of Daventry South as the local ward councillors. We believe that the proposed plan is appropriate in size and scale and will provide economic growth for the area in terms of jobs and violates no material planning considerations. In these challenging times, it is of the utmost importance that we consider economic factors and the benefits of this application. The shift system at Cummings ensures that not all employees are required to be on site at the same time, meaning the slight reduction in parking spaces is negligible to the function of the car park. Cummings have also indicated their willingness to increase the number of accessible parking spaces should employee requirements change. Although the lead local flood authority raised concern over flooding, this can be addressed at the next stage of the planning application and relevant mitigations can be put in place as appropriate. This planning application has the support from a range of groups within WNC, and as such, on balance, we believe that the positive impacts of extending the factory and the instalment of plant and enclosure massively outweigh the parking changes. Therefore, we ask that the committee members consider this application for approval. And that concludes the councillor's statement. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. I now ask Patrick Franklin, agent for the applicant.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Patrick Franklin, and I'm a planning consultant at Carter Jonas. I'm here this evening on behalf of the applicant Cummins Engine Company Limited. This application seeks permission for a modest extension to an existing factory building in Daventry. The site sits within an established employment area where industrial and commercial uses already operate. The proposed extension would be built to the northwest of the current factory, entirely on previously developed land. In this case, that land is an area of hard standing currently used for car parking. As highlighted in the Planning Committee report, this application is strongly supported by the National Planning Policy Framework. The purpose of the proposal is straightforward: to improve the efficiency of the site by expanding the block line machining section of the factory. At present, the engine assembly line operates in a larger space than the block line section, creating an imbalance that slows performance. The size, scale, and design of the extension are all sympathetic to the surrounding built and natural environment. It is a high-quality addition to the site. The extension is also significantly smaller than the existing factory, ensuring it will sit comfortably alongside it and integrate well within the wider setting. In terms of car parking, the proposal would lead to a reduction in the total number of spaces across the site. However, the parking assessments submitted with the application confirm that there is still more than enough on-site capacity to meet expected demand. Importantly, the local highway authority has reviewed this work and agrees with our conclusion. In terms of highway impacts, the proposal would result in a small increase in HGV movements, around 3 additional deliveries per day. Importantly, these would occur outside the network peak periods. Overall, the local highway authority agrees with our assessment that this represents only a minor increase and would not have any adverse impact on the local highway network. Regarding flooding, we met with the lead local flood authority yesterday, and they have confirmed that all their previous comments have now been addressed. However, they do need a little bit more time to review the technical information that we've submitted. These remaining technical points are minor, ongoing, and are fully capable of being resolved. In terms of biodiversity, this development would deliver a 93% biodiversity net gain, significantly exceeding the national requirement of 10%. The extension has also been designed as a highly sustainable building and has the potential to achieve a BREEAM Very Good rating, supported by the installation of solar panels across its roof. Lastly, this application demonstrates a commitment to the continued growth of this facility within Daventry. While it will not result in a direct increase in employment at the site, it represents a significant long-term investment in sustaining high-quality jobs for hundreds of local people. It also reinforces a sense of local pride, knowing that world-class manufacturing is taking place here in Daventry. We hope that you'll support this application tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions from the committee for Mr. Franklin? No? Okay. Thank you very much. At this point now, we ask the officers, are there any points they wish to come back on? Which I don't think.
No, Chairman.
Okay. At which point now we move to debate the application. Who would like to start? Councillor Frost.
Can I propose we go with the recommendation on page 19?
Sorry?
I propose we go with the recommendation on page 19.
You can propose that. Do we have a seconder? Okay. Do you wish to summarise?
Yes, thank you, Chair. I think that was Councillor Ware. Just beat you to the post, Councillor Clark. Unfortunately, so I'll put Councillor Ware down as the seconder, but the proposal, in the absence of any further debate, is to grant permission for the application, subject to the conditions set out in the report and subject to an agreement of Section 106 to secure the provision of a fee to cover monitoring of a travel plan over a 5-year period. That is over to you, Chair, to the vote.
Thank you very much. So can we see a show of hands for those all in favour of the motion? Anyone against? Any abstentions? No, I think that's it. Motion approved. Item 11, urgent business. As there are no items of urgent business, and our next meeting will be held on Thursday, the 5th of February at the Forum in Towcester. Thank you very much.